What if I'm not the hero? What if I'm the bad guy?
Most actors would give their left kidney, their childhood dog, and a signed soul contract to be the most famous person on Earth. Robert Pattinson got that wish at 22, looked at the billion-dollar franchise and the millions of screaming fans.
Every guy should be Edward Cullen! Have my babies, Edward!
And decided to set the whole thing on fire. He didn't do it because he was crazy. He did it because he was a genius. Today, we're looking at the most successful career suicide in Hollywood history. This is how Robert Pattinson systematically destroyed his heartthrob brand to become the most respected actor of his generation. If you think the sparkly vampire is all he is, you haven't been paying attention. Before we look at the wreckage, we need to see the destination. Currently, Rob is a Cannes darling. He's the Dark Knight. He's the guy Christopher Nolan trusts with a $200 million time travel epic. He's achieved actor royalty status. But to understand how he got to this level of prestige, we have to go back to 2008, the year Robert Pattinson became the most hated man in serious cinema. In 2008, Rob was Edward Cullen. He was the sparkly vampire. He was the face on every middle school notebook in the world. He was making enough money to buy a small country. But he physically loathed it. While other stars humbly appreciate their fans, Rob spent his press tours sounding like a man being held hostage by his own jawline.
Yeah. It's a little bittersweet, isn't it? For them. No.
He once said the Twilight story was weird, and Edward was a 108-year-old virgin.
He's like, what am I doing with this kid? I'm 108 years old.
The industry decided he was a one-trick pony. He was typecast as the dreamboat. Critics didn't just ignore him, they treated him like a professional mannequin. Rob didn't want to be a mannequin. Therefore, he made a choice that looked like professional suicide. He didn't sign up for Twilight 6, The Tax Return, or a generic Marvel role. Instead, he went to the weirdest, grittiest indie directors and did movies like he could find and asked them to make him look as disgusting as humanly possible, and did movies like Little Ashes, Love and Distrust, Water for Elephants. The pace shifted. He traded movies for art, out with the slow and safe, in with the loud and jarring.
I'm still in control here.
Look at his face in The Lighthouse. That's not a movie star, that's a man covered in dirt, losing his grip on reality. He spent 5 years in the indie trenches doing movies like The Rover, Good Time, The Lost City of Z. He ate pasta with sugar for a role. He lived in a basement. He didn't just act, he exorcised the ghost of Edward Cullen through pure, unadulterated weirdness. Okay, let's be real for a second. Between us, part of why we love him now is because he's a total chaos agent. Most actors are media trained. They say it was a blessing to work with this cast. Rob says, I once saw a clown die in a car crash at the circus.
I went to a circus, somebody died. One of the clowns died.
All right, I'm not letting that go. How did the clown die?
His little car exploded. The joke car exploded on him.
Are you being serious?
Which, by the way, he later admitted he totally made up. He treats fame like a joke because he knows how fragile it is. He's not a brand. He's just a guy who happens to be ridiculously good at acting and also happens to enjoy messing with the paparazzi. This intimacy, this I'm in on the joke vibe, is why we forgave the sparkles. Now, let's look at this through a business lens. Most people see his indie phase as a rebellion, but from a brand perspective, it was a pivot. Being a heartthrob is a product with an expiration date. Eventually, the wrinkles show up, and the 14-year-olds move on to the next guy with a six-pack. Rob knew his teen idol stock was going to crash. So, he traded a massive, fickle audience for a smaller, high-prestige audience. He didn't lose value. He moved his shares from a volatile meme market.
I get used to hearing the stories, but when you actually hear and people say, oh, I've gone from Brazil and I've slept out for 3 nights, it's like, why? Like, what?
To the gold standard of prestige cinema. He didn't destroy his career. He bulletproofed it. The dance comes to an end in 2020.
You're incredible, do you understand?
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. You guys could have done that without you standing next to me being strong.
After a decade of playing weirdos, the world finally accepted that Rob could actually act. But he still needed to prove he could lead a blockbuster. Therefore, he took the role of Bruce Wayne. But notice something? He didn't play a playboy Bruce. He played a greasy, emo, reclusive Bruce.
I can't change things here. If I can't have an effect, I don't care what happens to me.
He brought the sabotage energy of his indie years back into the biggest franchise on the planet. He won. Looking at the landscape of 2026, the repercussions of Robert's gamble have changed Hollywood forever. He has become the blueprint for every young star trapped in a franchise. He proved that you can destroy your celebrity status without destroying your talent. Today, he is a rare hybrid, a bankable blockbuster lead who still maintains the soul of an indie artist. Whether he's playing a villain in Nolan's The Odyssey or the gritty protector of Gotham, he does it on his own terms. Robert Pattinson didn't just survive his fame. He dismantled it, redesigned it, and built a legacy that will last long after the glitter has faded. Robert Pattinson's journey is a reminder that you don't have to be who the world tells you to be. Sometimes, you have to destroy your current path to find the one you were meant for. If you're feeling stuck, remember that your greatest reinvention often starts the moment you stop playing it safe. If you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe to stay tuned for everything else we have coming your way. But before you go, what's your favorite Pattinson transformation? Drop it in the comments below.